Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, your old buddy Canales, and I'm going to give you my take on the whole Vampirella cover controversy because no one asked, because no one asked, and that's the kind of person I am. I just give you my opinion without you asking. But now I already wrote a couple of tweets about it, but I think that maybe a quick video, hope it's quick, will help me put my ideas in order, maybe express myself better. Well, first of all, I don't much like the core myself. I mean, it's not my style, but I have no problem with it. I mean, it's a drawing. It's not hurting anyone. And second of all, this is just the free marketing action, right? I mean, it's not like Dynamite forced this upon anyone. I mean, just they offered Anna the chance to draw a cover. I don't know if that's the story. I'm not entirely you know familiar with the entire narrative here, but feel free to correct me, please. But yeah, I mean, they offered her the chance to draw a cover. She accepted, and they used that to boost the sales. I think that's a good thing. I mean, nowadays publishers need all the help they can get, especially not just in the current climate in the current climate within the current climate. Because I don't know if you heard, but there's kind of a viral apocalypse going on. So again, this was just a case of free market. Dynamite told the backers, "Hey guys, you want this?" And the people said, "Yeah, yeah, give it to us." Because you guys can see it here. 239 backers wanted this for now. I think it's just been up for 2 days now. It already hit like 3,000% of the goal. So as I said, I don't much like the style myself, but I think it's fine. It's Anna's style. This is clearly just an attempt on capitalizing on Anna's YouTube following, which is fine. Again, it's a modern marketing tactic, I guess. I mean, but some people seem to have gotten pissy about the fact that this doesn't meet ComicsGate artistic standards. I see where you're coming from, but I myself don't meet the standards, the graphic standards of ComicsGate many times, and I never met them to begin with. I didn't even know I was making a book for ComicsGate when I was hired by Game Boy to draw Iron Sights. For me, it was you know just another job. Oh, fine, this guy wants to make a graphic novel with me, and just fuck it. And turns out I found myself in the middle of the shitstorm because this guy isn't as good as the people that Zack is criticizing. And I was like, was I supposed to? I'm just some guy from from the mountains, from the rainy mountains of Basque Country. But I see where people are coming from. We're supposed to be better than the mainstream. I don't get how, since we are not really mainstream artists. I mean, I get that Ethan Van Sciver is a fucking badass artist, so is Donald Delay, a ton more, Billy Tucci, all those guys are pros, yeah. I expect them to be amazing. The rest of us are just nobodies who are learning. So I personally, I don't think Anna's. She says she's a professional artist, but I don't know. I think, again, I think this is fine. I don't personally like it, but I have no problem with it. So I think, let me put my thoughts together here. I think the main tenet of ComicsGate should be to keep customers happy. I think that's all there is to it, because art will always be subjective. So yeah, no, I mean, I'm not trying to invalidate the criticism. Yeah, I'm sure this is yeah, this can be improved upon, but everything can be improved upon again. But I think this is what really important. This was a voluntary exchange. Again, Dynamite offered it. People said yes. No one was forced. No one was bullied into buying this. No one said stuff like, "Hey, by this cover you hate women, you're a Nazi, you know, the usual bullshit. You're a white supremacist, and you were probably in Charlottesville when can't remember her name. Uh, peace be upon her. Heather Heyer met her tragic end. You probably were there because you're a white supremacist. Usual shit. Nothing of that. Nothing of the sort happened. So that brings me to the people who are maliciously criticizing this, and this is an important part of my video. This is something that I wanted to address, that I don't think I addressed enough in the tweets I wrote. There's criticism that you should pay attention to. Definitely, I have, and I like to think that that has made me a better artist. And then there's the kind of criticism that you should completely ignore, and also tell the person who criticized you in that fashion to go fuck yourself. How's that? For example, I'm a fat dude. I have a considerable amount of belly fat. I have a generous girth, so to speak. This is true. This is a fact. But for example, there's a guy in Brooklyn, Hector Roca. He's a great boxing trainer, and he calls me fat boy. Hey, fat boy, why don't you come in along? Hey, fat boy, want to train some? I know that when he calls me a fat boy, he has only the best intentions in mind. Therefore, I listen to what he says. Hey, fat boy, do this. Hey, fat boy, 50 push-ups. Hey, fat boy, go run on the treadmill for like 30 minutes. I will do so because he has the best interest in mind. On the contrary, when I don't know, those mean assholes in high school called me a fat boy, they didn't want me to get thin. It wasn't a way for them to help me. It was just a way for them to hurt me. This brings me to I don't know if this is where yeah, this is it. This is just me looking how many likes I can get with this witty comment in Spanish. Moving on. This brings me to this this tweet that I made. This is when I speak about criticism again. This is a panel that I drew for Ironsides 1. When I didn't know that I was when I didn't know I was making history. It was another job for me. I really thought that it was going to be yet another obscure comic that no one, just a minority of people will read. Turned out this motherfucker was in the top 10, 20 most sold graphic novels, 2018, I think. It was like, what? Holy shit! And suddenly all the eyes were on that. So but anyway, I'm losing my train of thought here. Yes, this is a badly drawn panel. This is highly improvable. I mean, the torso is too short. Doesn't respect how many heads are here? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's barely seven heads tall. But what I'm trying to say here is that these two pictures are badly done. This picture is disproportionate. The second picture, let me stop using my finger and use my mouse. This second picture is also disproportionate. It has that that Rob Liefeld type Captain America chest. When someone, that's just a quick guide to differentiate between the two types of people throwing criticism at you. When someone is able to look at these two pictures, for example, quick guide again, and tell you that yes, these two pictures are badly drawn, these two pictures can be improved upon, then you can trust that person. That person probably wants you to get better. And it is good to listen to criticism. And it is good to, to steel yourself and not act like a fucking prima donna who can't take any criticism. Please learn to take criticism with a smile. That's classy. That's chicks dig that shit if you're a guy. What I'm trying to say here is if someone, who, for example, says that this is shit, but this is great, this is beautiful art. No. That's ideological. that person probably has an agenda behind their criticism. When someone is agenda driven, that is a criticism that you should ignore, because they don't want you to get better. They want you to get hurt. They want to hurt you. And you know who I'm talking about? This, yeah, of course, it's Lauren Cooper, this crazy chick from Houston, Texas. Um, yeah, I guess Lauren is a perfect example of. It's 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Yeah, it's. I'll be quick. Lauren Cooper is a perfect example. If Lauren Cooper was one of those guys in high school calling you fat, if you listen to them, that would drive you to, for example, become an anorexic, because you will never be thin enough and beautiful enough for them. They don't want you to lose weight. They don't want you to get healthier. They want to fuck with you because they like that shit. This is what's happening here. People like Lauren Cooper or people like Preston Polter, their actual position isn't this, I'm criticizing this because it's bad. The real position is, I'm criticizing this because I want to fuck with the person who made it. That is the kind of criticism that you shouldn't listen to. Therefore, listen only to the criticism of people who are like that trainer from Brooklyn guy that I mentioned before, like Hector, because that guy actually means what they say. Those people actually want you to get better. The other people, Lauren Cooper, Preston Polder, they just want to get worse. If if my art had gotten worse, they would have clapped. That's what they want. They want you stressed out. They want you miserable. They want you poor. That is the kind of criticism you need to ignore. Actually, now that I think about it, didn't this guy's criticism completely destroy an industry? Last time I checked, it did. You listen to people who have your best interest in mind. You do not listen to people like SJWs when they criticize you. They may be right. Of course, yeah, when people in high school called me fat, they were right, I was fat. But you don't pay attention to them, because if you do, you will end up completely destroyed, like an anorexic person or the comic book industry. This is what I'm trying to say. You have a problem with the cover? Yeah, I can understand why, but people demanded it. I guess, if you ask me, I'd rather have non-talented people selling too much than talented people not selling enough. How's that? That's the kind of world I want to live in. I want to live in a world in which Rob Liefeld, which I personally dislike, sells a shitload of books, because that's good for everyone. This is good for everyone. I understand, again, why you don't like it. I'm not simping for Anna. I haven't simped for anyone since I was the understanding pseudo-gay friend in my teens. I don't do that anymore. But again, I understand why you have a problem with this cover. It's an acquired taste, I guess, and so's my art. But again, I think this here, these figures here, this is what should matter. Keeping customers happy. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I hope that was somehow helpful. I don't know. Just wanted to chime in. Have a great one, guys.